So obviously, first of all, we covered tempered Rathian, speaking about like how tempered scars worked, how they're a tougher fight, and as well as the special rewards you can get from hunting them.
Yep. And we talked about the Wounded Hollow. That is the arena type area in this game. And again, it's got a lot of the things that you expect from arena, but some things that you won't expect, especially those monsters being able to just kind of like wander in there, take on those monsters by selecting them on the map or just visiting the Wounded Hollow. So hopefully you guys look forward to that.
And then obviously we took. Oh, sorry. Oh no, after you.
Sorry.
You.
I forgot my place. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. And then obviously we took a look at the Ice Shard Cliffs there. We had Blangonga in there. We had Hirobami, well, a herd of pack of Hirobami. Jindahard themselves made an appearance. And obviously we had the frenzied Nasilla there. Obviously as well, we saw the impact of the weather on the environment, the hazards available, and even your Palico. So make sure you pack a hot drink or two, because there might not always be a heat bug mantle. Or heat mantle bug around.
Yeah, so summing up what we talked about for tempered monsters, again, they are monsters that are really battle hardened. They have higher health. They're covered in these tempered scars that really like kind of showcase that, and they just are a lot tougher than just kind of a regular monster. So you're going to want to break those tempered wounds in order to get some greater rewards. So definitely look out for those blue wounds that you're able to break in the middle of combat. Jono,
yeah.
Sorry, I keep forgetting my place. Yeah, I was going to tee you up here, but
please tee me up. I'm ready. I'll pretend I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, let's talk about an end game. This is an end game weapon system, right? Where we haven't shown any footage of that today, but we did want to kind of go through that. So, Jono, take us through how Artian weapons work.
Yes, so we're Monster Hunter players. We like our end game. We like to have something to focus on and to grind to further empower us for the hunts ahead. And in Monster Hunter Wilds, one of those is Artian weapons. Which is linked to hunting tempered monsters. So there's a really good reason to hunt tempered monsters. Because sometimes they'll offer the bonus rewards, which are called Artian materials. And if you collect enough, you can forge special Artian weapons over with Gemma at the smithy. So make sure you're going after tempered monsters, taking on these challenging foes to get those. And you need to gather different Artian parts of the same rarity to forge an Artian weapon. And the parts required differ by weapon. So what you have for sword and shield might be very different from what you might need for, say, heavy bowgun or hammer. So, you got to get that variety in there. And then you can further enhance Artian weapons with Artian materials. Now, obviously, there's even more to the system than that, but we're going to let you discover that from February 28th.
Yeah, let's talk about decorations a little bit. So as we have mentioned before, there are two different types of skills, so armor and weapon skills. And weapon skills this time are tied to your weapons. So you won't be able to just insert decorations that are related to weapons all over your armor and vice versa. They are kind of specific to each type of either weapon or armor. And decorations in this game, you'll earn them going on high-rank quests and high-rank environments. It's not exactly all limited to high-rank environments, but that's generally where you will find them. Something that I really like about this game is that if you are just looking for a specific skill that you can't track down, you're having trouble just getting it randomly, you are able to create them at the melding pot. So that's going to be a huge help for people who are just looking for that one specific skill and can't get that decoration that you want. And again, if you're trying to get like that maximum efficiency, just min-max your build, you can get those decorations that activate multiple skills, and you can do that by hunting tempered monsters in the end game. So, I know for all those players out there who are just trying to make the most powerful build possible to just kind of like, make themselves the most equipped to take on monsters and take them out as fast as they can. That's definitely where you're going to want to continue to work on your build by getting those tempered monster rewards.
This is really cool, especially for those that are attack enjoyers or guard up enjoyers and things like that. You can kind of get your foot in the door. And as you said, Joe, the more challenging monsters you face, the more chance of getting those lucrative decorations that you can't just get in the melting pot. So that's really, really
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. We're taking a look at a map in high rank here, and we can see a tempered Rathian. But you'll notice that this monster is obviously just roaming out in the wilds, and highlighting it reveals bonus rewards. So these are on a tempered Rathian, as I've mentioned here, and you can see how many rewards are Artian parts and how many are decorations as well. So you're like, maybe I want to go hard on a monster that's got loads of Artian parts or one that's more decoration focused. And you can kind of, help you target farm what you want to get if that monster is roaming around. And it's super easy to check these. You can see them from the field survey and the environment overview on the map. And if there's no monsters or particular rewards that catch your eye, in your tent, you can actually rest to advance the time or environmental phase of your choice. So if you're in the plenty, you can change it to inclemency, or if you're in the fallow, you can jump back to plenty or force and inclemency as well. So you do have that flexibility on how you want to enjoy that part of the game, whether that's alone or your friends.
Yeah. I love this system. It's really cool to hit the map or just wander around and you see all these rewards on a monster, and you might see like a really cool tempered monster or a quest with multiple monsters with tons of rewards. And when you see it, it's kind of just like it pops off in your brain of just like, oh man, I want to do that, which is really cool. So yeah, I think this is a really cool new system. Hopefully it just keeps like the hunts flowing every time you see those quests. And then again, if you do want to be really specific in what you're looking for, you can kind of look up at what times or what season that a monster might show up more frequently, and then change to that by resting.
Exactly. I find it really rewarding. Like if I'm going to be like, I really want to focus on an Artian weapon, I can pick a monster that I know will drop a lot of Artian parts. Or if I'm more like, damn, I really need some fancier decos, I can chase that as well. So it's a nice way to kind of, choose what you want to grind and kind of, customize your experience for the evening.
Yeah. So this is another important system. So we were talking about all these quests that you might encounter on the field, but if you don't have time to do it right now, or maybe you're just like not in the mood to do it, or you want to do another quest and you're worried that the quest is going to expire, you can save them as investigation quests. You actually have to use your guild points in order to save them, and there's actually a limit to how many times that you can take that quest on. So you can't just like repeat it in perpetuity, but you can do it as many times as the quest outlines. So you can save that quest, the environment status, all of the conditions about it, the rewards, and then attempt it at a later time. So, yeah, I love this system. It definitely, like, I love to just like find quests on the map, save it as an investigation, maybe do that one later, just kind of keep it in the back pocket when you're looking for the next quest to do. And yeah, it'll save a lot of different things about the environment too. So like things about the environment state, or if there's like another monster that's nearby, all of those things will kind of like stay within that investigation. So I really like this system.
It would be great. It's like kind of me going, oh, like, when you talk to your friends and you're like, oh, I had the craziest hunt, like, right? And they're like, oh man, I would have loved to have been there. And you can be like, wait, I saved it as an investigation. The fact that any monster you find there, you can turn into an investigation and then play it with your friends, or, hold on to it because it's one you really like. I love. So I could be like, yo, Joe, you need to come hunt this Alpha Doshiguma with me. It's dropping mad loot. So I think that's really, really exciting.
Yeah. Well, we do have one more thing. So if you say you took on a quest and forgot to save it as an investigation, like, dang, should have saved it as an investigation. We have a way of redoing those quests, right? So let's take a look at that on the next slide.
And here we have it. So as you mentioned, there is a limit in total to how many times you can attempt investigations, but you can accept them from any time from pop-up camps or your handler's quest menu, which is super duper easy. And on top of that, as you mentioned, say, you see a monster you've been waiting for ages, and you're like, yo, I'm just going to go slap this monster. And you're like, oh man, I really should have turned that into an investigation. What you can do is there's actually a field survey history tab, and you can go in there and look at hunts you've done recently and save a quest that you've already done as an investigation. So yeah, we're not going to punish you for being excited and jumping into a hunt you really like or really want to do. You can check your recent history effectively and go back and save it retroactively as an investigation, which is really, really cool. Because if it's anything like me, once you get stuck into the kind of the hunt, you don't want to stop, and then you're like, oh man, like that one gave me like extra wings or something like that, and then you're like, no problem, we've got this.
Yeah, I think all these changes like kind of come together. It is a fundamentally different flow to how you kind of like take on quests by going into the map and you see all these cool quests that you want to do. You choose the monsters, you choose the environment that you like, and you go to. But at the same time, if you do want to go on those kind of like classic optional quests, or you want to go into kind of like more traditional investigation system, there are ways that the game really empowers you to do that. Again, by saving investigations, by looking at your past quest history and saving those things. So I think there's really a hunting style for all types of players who, based on how they like to play, will be able to kind of like tailor the experience towards them. So I think all these new systems are really cool.
Massively. I like how we've got a blend of the old, where you can use the quest board system, like the old days, or, with Wilds, what it brings to it, where you can look on the map and choose a monster that you want to hunt, or an environment that you want to hunt in, an experience. You can really cultivate and kind of make it the hunting experience you want to have, which I just think is, I mean, I'm biased, but I think that's really cool.
Yeah, something I really loved, in the end game of Sunbreak was like seeing people share all of these really crazy investigations that they went on, and now like this is a really cool way that you can share it with other people, even if you've done it already, by saving it as an investigation. So because it saves like the weather and the world state, the other monsters that are on the field, I think we're going to see some really cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing like kind of these crazy and random quests with awesome rewards that people go on, and seeing those get posted online. And hopefully we can go on a couple of those with you, because we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, as Joe said, if you get any real juicy quests when the game's out, drop us a message. Yeah, we'll hop in and give you a hand for purely altruistic reasons.
Oh yeah, just to help,
Yeah, it's what community managers do. We're here for you.
All right. Well, I think that is going to wrap up all of like the information and content that we have today. Hopefully, you guys liked going through some of the end game content. And yeah, let's.
I think do we have one more slide?
Yeah, we do have one more slide. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This was okay. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So this is the field survey history that we mentioned, by the way.
Yes.
So we went through that. We kind of got a bit excited, but this is what it looks like. So it's really nice and clear. So you don't have to read lots of small text all the time. You'll see the monster. You can see its star rating and other things, as well as how much it costs in guild points to kind of save that. So yeah, it's really simple to use. You can jump straight to it. You don't have to kind of dig deep into the archives as well. And on that, I'm going to pass back to Joe.